G'day guys, hope you're really well. Just going to go for a swim with the kids at the beach, but just had a really interesting situation with one of our clients and the medical center they're working at right now, and it was in this really valuable conversation that I wanted to make sure that you got the value out of as well. So let me just pre-frame this a little bit as well by saying that one of the things that frustrates me a lot about the health and medical industry is so much of the experts out there are all about just throw money into marketing, throw money at Facebook. You spend $5, you make $5 million. We just copied and pasted this one text message, blah blah blah, rubbish, and it's all about not actually understanding the power of relationships and referrals. And this goes exactly to the catalyst why relationships and rapport is the #1 way for you to build your business right now. So there's a really important Harvard study that was done many years ago, and it's the whole premise of where trust-based selling comes from. It gets rid of the old school way of sales and marketing, and it's also where things like motivational interviewing, for instance, actually was born. And it's based on the fact that the Harvard study proved that when it comes down to two factors of people making a decision as to whether they're going to buy or purchase from someone, sales, products, makes no difference. Trust always comes first, and your competency comes second. So when you think about that for us in the health and the medical game, you can have all the letters after your name. You can put yourself up as the expert at this, the person that's done the undergrad in this, they've got a master's in this, or it's doctor blah 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 because you've done a PhD. Now I'm not downplaying that by any stretch of the imagination, but we know, and we could go through God knows how many examples, that the actual competency level and the value of that perceived competence from people is less valued than what it is for someone who actually trusts someone by having a good relationship and rapport with that person instead. So first and foremost, trust first and then competency. And that's exactly why we need to work off referrals and relationships. It's why we need to invest so much time into actually getting to know people. Walking into doctor's surgeries with business cards and referral pads is old school. It's absolute crap and it doesn't work. All it is I'm a sales exec, I'm a pharmaceutical drug rep, and I want you to help me make money in my business. That's all you're saying. It's just like if you need a plumber, friends buy from friends. You get your friend that's a plumber, you don't just go searching in the yellow pages. They even have yellow pages anymore. Same with most of your trades. You'll be in that situation where you'll go with the people that you have a relationship with or that you trust because they've been recommended by a friend. And that trust always goes above and is utilized first in the sales side of things and the conversion of a sale, first and foremost, rather than the competency of that plumber or that electrician. And it's the same in the health and medical industry. I mean, think about it with kids. You're not going to go to the doctor that's got a bad reputation. You're going to go to the doctor that your best friend said, hey, 2 years ago when such and such had this, we went to them and they were fantastic. They did da-da-da-da. Net result, trust first, competency second. And this is super important because I've just jumped off the phone to one of our clients, and I actually know two of the doctors at this medical center very well. So based on a little story that happened only probably 2 days ago, got told of it from the client this morning. I just a sneaky little call through to the doctor that I have the mobile of and had a bit of a chat, just purely and simply because I wanted to waste his time. And no, he's a really good guy, and I just wanted to clarify a few things and not validate the story, but clarify it. And at the end of the day, he said almost these exact words. And he turned to me and simply said, Jason, I could refer to so many people. I get people coming in all the time, but the avenue for me to best work with my clients is to use, and I'm not going to use the guy's name. And he said, I'm going to use him all the time. And I said, tell me why. And he said, because he's a good guy. He actually takes time to get to know me. He does the small things, he said, the small things that mean the most to myself and my team. And I said, it's interesting. And he's obviously the most qualified, right? And the doctor turned around and he said, Jason, I don't care. Because ultimately, if they've got their degree and their accreditations and they're able to do it, I couldn't give a shit. That's what he said. I couldn't give a shit about the extra credentials because I know at the end of the day, he's going to get the right relationship with my clients and get the right result. And that's what he has doing, and that's why I'll continue to use him and work with him and his team. That's just like mind-blowing, right? Like we all might sit there and fold our arms and go, oh yeah, I know. But here's the thing, when you actually have GPs at big medical centers turning around and actually telling you that, if that's not the catalyst to go, hang on a sec, we have to focus on relationships, we have to focus on getting the trust side of things first and foremost, then nothing else in your marketing should be mattering at this point in time. You should be going for trust first. You should be getting the right relationships and rapport in place, because when you turn the tap on in those situations, nothing beats that. Knowing that there's people out there looking after your best interest and your team's best interest and turning the tap on for endless supplies of referrals, and it doesn't have to be just doctors. It can be all the corporate side and the sporting teams, etc. Guys, seriously, listen back to this again if you need to, but if we don't consolidate on the fact and understand the fact that trust and relationships is always going to come first over competency, then we're completely missing the point. So don't go out and ditch all your other marketing, but make sure that the marketing is in place so that we're getting everything based around relationships and rapport and trust, all right, as friends buy from friends. Trust first and competency second. That's today's lesson, and it's something we all need to get better at. Trust first. That's where the buying decisions come from. Your competency will always come second to trust. If they trust someone more than they trust you, they will always get the referrals. Their business will always grow. They will change more lives, not you. I'm gonna go for a swim with the kids. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.